Good morning, world. It's Ty Jones coming at you today just to share a couple of my thoughts, things that have been on my mind lately. And just want to start out just by saying, I'm thankful, to be alive at this point in history. Things going on. We're making leaps forward. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I still feel like there are issues and problems that need to be dealt with, in order for humanity to really make the steps that we're capable of making, in a more rapid manner. And I just come to tell you that regardless of what you see, regardless of what's going on in the world, it's getting better day by day. It's getting better day by day. You just have to trust your intuition. Just trust that everything is gonna be okay. And when you pump that energy into the world, it's a reflection. It's kind of like you know this person puts me at ease because of their beliefs. So I encourage you. Just everything's gonna be okay. First and foremost. The second thing I want to talk about is love. Love. First, let me start by saying that I believe that everything. I learned in high school that everything is matter. Everything is composed of atoms vibrating real fast. And those atoms, depending on how fast they vibrate, and they form something, and that is what we perceive with our eyes. So, going back to science, as far as everything being matter, everything being energy, everything vibrating, going back to love, I believe that love is living one vibrational energy. Living one vibrational energy. And, I believe that, in order for humanity to begin to make progress that we're capable of making, because one thing about us is that we settle for less when it comes to surviving. That's a whole nother topic. But you know, living one vibrational energy, this love thing, I believe that it's loving your fellow brother and sister regardless of race, religion, social status, income, anything, regardless of anything. I believe that love is loving past that. And us as human beings, we have a tendency to love those people around us based upon their actions, whether they be good or bad. And true love is loving a person for who they are. The fact that you've been through experiences with that person, and those experiences have helped shape you into the young man or young woman that you are. So, this love thing, I believe that we have to learn to love, regardless of color, skin, religion, any of that. You know what I'm saying? I named earlier, any of that. And I believe that humanity will begin to take steps, in a more rapid manner, and we will see change in this world. I'm tired of seeing, a few people control everything, and, we still got people on the other side of the world suffering, and I know they're hungry. You know what I'm saying? We still got people in America living on the streets. You know what I'm saying? But then in people in America, we still got obese people, you know what I'm saying, who are eating other people's share. You know what I'm saying? So I believe that for humanity, it is time for us to discipline ourselves and to, begin to actually love your fellow brother and sister. You know what I'm saying? Nothing that I have, nothing that I am, nothing that I do or anything makes me any different from anyone else other than what I choose to put my mind, my spirit, everything else into. So with that being said, I believe that, it's time for change. You know what I'm saying? It's time for us to start coming together. It's time for, us to begin to take back what was rightfully ours. And if we all can get on the same chord and love and live one vibrational energy, then I believe that, we will begin to see the progress that we all desperately desire to see. Because, one thing that I know about humanity is that we 10 times better than what we allow ourselves to be. And the change just starts with you and I. I've been doing a little soul searching here lately, and that's why I say I'm just happy to be alive, because I'm starting to be more aware and more conscious of the things that are around me and the difference that I can make, just by touching somebody else. You can do the same thing. And the more and more we do that, the more and more we learn to love one another, the more and more that we begin to see progress in humanity, the more that, we begin to see this hunger situation, dissipate, the more we will begin to, see homeless people begin to get homes. All these problems that we deal with, they are fixed and we have the answers to them, but yet we so caught up in what they want us to see that we can't see what we have in numbers. We have so much in numbers, but you have to be willing to set self aside to a certain extent to offer and to put in your effort into this big picture. That's if you're willing to. But if you're not, you're going to continue feeling the same feeling that you're feeling. You know what I'm saying? You're feeling lost. You're feeling empty. Even with religion, you'll still feel empty. You know what I'm saying? I'm coming to tell you that, this whole religion thing is, I believe that it's being taught in the wrong context because, Jesus said, "You are greater than I." Come on, somebody, man. Well, that's a whole nother topic, but humanity is better than what we allow ourselves to be. It's time for us to come together and begin to take the steps that we are capable of taking and disciplining ourselves to get to where we ought to be at this time in history. You know what I'm saying? I'm sending a whole lot of love and a whole lot of energy, positive energy your way, and I just hope you take it. Allow these words to sink into your heart because they've sunk into mine. That's why I'm expressing them to you. So, just take it one day at a time. Do your best to pump good energy, good thoughts, good everything into this world because, we are all one. I see people on Facebook posting stuff, about problems and stuff. First and foremost, your problems, just understand that they're temporary. And your problems are temporary. And it's a great thing to know that they're temporary. You know what I'm saying? When you truly understand that, it just gives you a different perspective whenever things do come your way. And, you take things with a grain of salt because you know that, this is nothing. You know what I'm saying? Okay, oh well. But, I'm just happy to be alive. I'm happy to just share my thoughts with y'all, let you know what's been on my mind, on my heart, and the whole nine. You know what I'm saying? Stay tuned. I feel like, this is one way I can express myself. I'm comfortable. I'm chilling. Life is good. I'm making the most of what has been given to me, and I've been well equipped. I don't know what's in front of me, but I'm dancing with my destiny right now. So, I just want to thank y'all for taking the time out to listen to my first video. You know what I'm saying? My first video. So, you know what I'm saying? Stay tuned, and you know what I'm saying? There will be more. One.